Well, hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And on today's video, I am gonna be talking about things that I've learned or things that I know of now that have made my life better. Well, of course, the first things that made my life a whole lot better. These things, my hair products from Hair Piece. Honey, if you haven't gotten them yet, go and get them at Hair Piece on Instagram. You can check my bio. I definitely have them on my bio. They have made my life way better. And of course, my handbag from Amari's Handbags on Instagram. I will put their Instagram handle and link in the description box down below. But anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so now I'm gonna get real and I'm gonna really talk about things that I've learned that have really made my life way better and worth living. Obviously, again, my hair products, but that's not the point of the video. I'm just gonna take it out of my head. If there's something that I'm gonna think about that I know really helped, I'm gonna speak about, because I didn't write down notes and I feel like I should have. Okay, I'm talking too much. But the first thing that I think I've learned that has obviously made my life better and worth living has to be just, trusting God. It's one thing that has made my life way better, because so many times I'm just gonna be doing this the whole video, which is gonna be annoying you, but it's fine. Okay, I don't know if it's fine for you, but it's fine for me. But I've learned to trust God. And when I say trust, I mean just to let go completely and just, leave things in God's hands. Like if there's just something that's just too big for me, I'll just be like, you know what? I'm not gonna stress about this. I'm just gonna leave it in the hands of God, because God knows best. And the one verse that I've always had in my mind this whole year was the one where the verse in Psalms that says, "Be still, I know that I am God." I've just learned how to be still and just trust, because honestly, if you're trying to be God in your life, you're gonna die. So that's the one thing that I learned, to be still and not overstress about things that I can't control myself, and just live it in the hands of God, because God can do anything. And after learning that, my life just became a whole lot simple. And then the other thing that I learned, I can think of right now, that is waking up early. Gosh, I can't believe we used to wake up so early, every day when we were kids, and it didn't really feel difficult. And now it feels like hell. It's easier to stay up late than to actually wake up early. And waking up early is just everything. When you wake up early, you can actually finish it depends. Obviously, you can wake up early and still waste your morning. But if you actually decide to wake up early and use your morning the right way, it will really change your life. And I feel like it's one important thing that I learned, that when you wake up early, it's just easier. By noon, by the time it's 12 o'clock, you are almost done with your day and you've done so many things. You can even do things. For instance, with me, when I started waking up early, I could do things that I would normally do a whole week during that time span, during that 5 hours that I'm up. Or the other thing that I learned that really made my life better was journaling. Oh, what's wrong? okay, I don't know what this way this is going, but I started journaling this year in March. I remember I got my journal on the 5th of March. I always like wrote like, I didn't like really journal. I never like really journaled. I always just like like if I was feeling like I'm going through something that's too much for me to handle, I was just gonna write a poem about it. I was just gonna, use the emotion to write a poem. But this year I learned how to journal. I decided to get into journaling, and I think journaling is way different because you like do it every day. You're always checking in on yourself. So it made me more self-aware, and child, I do not regret, because it really helps like you to get to know yourself better, to actually realize where you are going wrong, and also hold yourself accountable for things. Because when you journal, you start to see the things, your bad habits. You start to see like wasted days. For instance, if you're like journaling about your day, at the end of the day, if you did nothing, you're gonna see you're writing about your day and you literally did nothing, so it's something I feel like really made my life better. Like it really did. It really made a difference. And the other thing that I learned was, just go to family. That family is so important. I've always like, I don't think I've been a family person that much. I've always just been like, okay, that's my mom, that's my dad, and that was just that. It was never like I can open up to you. And okay, so I've learned how to actually like prioritize family, to never be distant from family, because I feel like growing up I always felt like my family didn't get me, and I was like, oh, so my friends get me better and stuff. But honestly, family is all you have. Friends can come and go, but family will never leave. And when I say family, obviously I'm not talking about relatives, because some relatives can be shady. I can't relate though, because I'm not close to any of my relatives. But like I'm talking about immediate family, your brothers, your sisters, your mother and father. I've learned that it's those relationships with your family are like so important. They're super important. They're more important than anything else. And I feel like I've been happier. I've wanted to be around my family more. I wanted to, come back home more and spend time more with my family. And honestly, it has been good for my well-being. And I feel like there's no one else you can trust better than family. Like, for instance, I learned how to like open up when I'm going through stuff to my family, because I know they can help me. I can trust them, like they always want what's good for you. And there are people in this world that want like good for you. It's your family. Like honestly, in anything, I realized when I started a business, they like were the most supportive people ever, and I didn't even expect that from them, which is like, what? So that's something that has made my life a whole lot better, like knowing that I can depend on family, or like just prioritizing family, checking up on my family more, like spending time with family more, opening up, like just like open, just like letting them in, because I feel like I've been so closed up and I've never really like opened like up and like just said, here is the gorilla box, get in, So yeah, the other thing that I learned has to be taking risks. That one word I cannot pronounce. Risks. I got it. But yeah, taking risks. And I'm not talking about like, jumping off the roof or something intense like that. I'm talking about like healthy risks, because it's really, really good. Basically, okay, let me put it like to see the beauty in uncertainty, being uncertain. You don't have to be certain about everything, because now when you feel like you have to be certain about everything, you have to know what's happening tomorrow, you have to know, hey, you're gonna cry, you know, you're gonna stay in the same level and you never really elevate. So I've learned to, you know, get out of my comfort zone, to actually push myself to do things that I feel like I'm not gonna be comfortable with. And those things that I did that I was like, that I felt like I wouldn't be able, I stopped limiting myself. I learned to get out of my comfort zone and actually do things that scare me. Because if it scares you, child, there is a lot of room for growth there. And I've grown a lot with like allowing myself to actually get out of my comfort zone. The first thing that I did this year was actually volunteer to be a mentor. And I am so scared of talking to people. I'm actually good at talking to people, but I'm so scared, and I don't like, you know, I don't like so like many people. And I had 8 mentees, so I had to actually meet them, organize a meeting with them every week, and actually talk to them myself. And it was not something that I'd ever do, but from that I actually realized that I learned more from listening to them than I would have if I was not a mentor. And on days where I was not fine, you know, like talking to my mentees made me feel fine. And, you know, they also like there for you, they care for you. And, you know, if I hadn't like just decided to get out of my comfort zone and do something like this that I feel like is not me, I wouldn't have ever actually discovered that it's actually more of me than I thought it could ever be, you know. So you never really know yourself until you actually push yourself to the limit, you know. And the most important thing that I've learned that has helped me and that has like made my life beautiful and worth living, my life better, it has to be to always be a learner. No matter what, always be a student, always be willing to learn from other people. I can't stress this enough. From yourself also, like from the people surrounding you, from people you don't even know. You must always be willing to learn, even in situations where you're supposed to be the one teaching others. You can learn there as well. So I feel like this is the most important thing I learned. Learning to always be a learner. I'm taking a video. But anyways, like always being a learner, always being willing to learn. When you learn, you get to improve yourself. So, you know, where there's learning, there's improvement, there's growth. I mean, I learned how to cook from my cousin. Imagine as a guy. Not that it matters, but I'm saying, imagine if I had like that mentality like, oh, I can't learn how to cook from a man. I actually did. You know, there's so many things that you can learn from people, even if it's a little things. You must always be willing to listen. Always, like, the best thing you can do for yourself is to always, like, in your brain, whenever you go out, whenever you start a day, just be a learner. Whether you're gonna be a teacher or not, be a learner. Like, always be willing to learn from your surroundings, from what you read, from what people say. You know, it makes life really beautiful and worth living, honestly, because you get excited. It makes it exciting because now you want to try out new things and stuff. So yeah, I think that's the most important thing. And this is the end of the video. I hope this was really nice. I don't know why I said that, but I just hope it was valuable, that you learned something from it. And, you know, yeah, this is the end of the video. And again, thank you for watching. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you know a friend who hasn't subscribed, tell them to subscribe and tell them to tell a friend to subscribe. Also, comment down below on things that you've learned that you think you want to share. And also, if there's something that you relate to from the video, just, you know, share your story, like how that changed your life for the better or for the worst, you know. But anyways, thank you for watching. I really enjoyed taking this. Bye. Love you. That's my lip gloss.